Okay, so imagine yourself flying on an Airbus 220. The engines are rolling, you're cruising at 35,000 feet. It feels like you're floating, cabin is silent, the flight is flawless, but behind the scene, there's something working tirelessly to keep the aircraft airborne. It's deeply inside the engine and it's something most people don't even talk about. Yet, without this component, it's impossible for the aircraft to fly. Well, I'm talking about the integrated fuel pump. It never stops, never takes a break, and it's one of the reasons why the aircraft is so efficient, clean, and reliable. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down how the fuel pump works, what it's connected to, and how we aircraft maintenance engineer perform maintenance on the fuel pump. And also, I've got 3D visual to help you really understand what is happening in the fuel pump. So, why does this matter? The bigger picture is the Pratt & Whitney 1500G engine powers the Airbus 220, one of the most modern commercial jets in the sky today. It's quiet, it's efficient, it features a gear turbine fan architecture that improves fuel economy. Well, but for that to work, the fuel delivery has to be perfect. It's gotta be clean, pressurized, and constant, right? That is where the fuel integrated pump comes in. Instead of being installed outside the engine, the fuel pump is installed directly to the accessory gearbox. It's reliable, it's compatible, and also engineered for performance. So let's open it up. Before we learn how it works, what is the integrated fuel pump? The integrated fuel pump is a gear-driven mechanical pump that is physically mounted on the engine's accessory gearbox, which means it spins whenever the engine is turning. It's made up of low pressure boost stage and high pressure stage, and includes internal valve, filters, and sensors. Its job is to take cold fuel from the aircraft tank, pressurize it, clean, and deliver it steadily to the fuel metering unit, which then sends the right amount of fuel to the combustion chamber. As we dive into the internal function of the fuel pump, I want you to watch the screen closely because the 3D breakdown is going to show you every channel, every gear, and every connection in action. So let's get into it. Starting from the shaft drive, the pump is powered by the accessory gearbox. The accessory gearbox rotates the internal shaft, which turns both the low and high pressure stage. First, fuel enters through the inlet port. The low pressure stage acts like a booster. It draws fuel in and ensures continuous supply of fuel. Then the fuel enters through the high pressure stage, where precise gear compresses the fuel. This builds the pressure needed for optimization inside the combustion chamber. The fuel contains a pressure release valve to avoid overpressurization and also an internal bypass system in case of restriction. Before the fuel exits, it goes through a fine line filter. This filter helps to trap microcontaminants and keeps the fuel clean. So now let's look at the fuel flow from the fuel tank to the combustion chamber and understand how the fuel path looks like in a system view. Inside the fuel tank, we have a boost pump. The boost pump pushes fuel to the engine nacelle, whereas the integrated fuel pump draws the fuel in and increases the pressure of the fuel. Fuel then passes through the fuel filter, which captures any dirt or chips. Then pressurized fuel is sent to the FMU, which is the fuel metering unit, whereas the FMU meters the fuel flow and sends fuel to the fuel nozzle in the combustion chamber. Excessive fuel may be sent back a return loop or the fuel oil cooler to absorb it. Everything has to work perfectly, or the engine risks a flame out, over temperature, or surge. But the fuel pump does not work alone. It's connected to a whole fuel supply chain. For example, we have the fuel hose and the fuel line, We have the check valve that prevents the backflow of fuel during shutdown or flame out. We have the temperature sensor that monitors the heat of the fuel, especially when flying. We have the fuel filter that prevents any type of contamination of the fuel during operation. We have the fuel oil heat exchanger. Sometimes fuel absorbs heat from the oil system to prevent icing. And of course, everything is being managed by the FedEx, which constantly adjusts for how much fuel is being sent based on the throttle position, altitude, temperature, and also the flight condition. Now this is the part we aircraft maintenance engineer comes in for system reliability and also cleanliness. The most common defect found on this fuel pump is caused by clogging and contamination. Because of this, we perform daily fuel sump, and also we have a routine check that actually asks us to change the fuel filter. Now you know inside the Pratt & Whitney engine is a little component that actually powers everything through precise fuel control. Thanks to the technology and also the engineers that actually designed this component. For you guys that are new to my channel, my name is Peter. I am a licensed aircraft maintenance engineer. If you're curious about aircraft maintenance engineer or you need more information regarding this career, why don't you check out the videos on my channel where I actually give you guys some precise information about this career course. If you like this information and you like this video, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Love you guys.